¿Cómo estás? Tata Steel Masters Round 5, Levon Aronian versus Gamer Vincent. Levon just freezes his opponent in a snow blizzard. Let's start. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop B5, the Ruy Lopez positional game. A6, we have Bishop A4, Knight F6, castles, Bishop B7, D3, White clarifies his position, he's going for a long game. B5, we have Bishop B3, D6, C3, castles, Bishop C2, Rook E8, Rook E1. And now we have H6, Knight BD2, Bishop F8, D4. And now BB7, D5, blocks the bishop, Knight B8, standard runaway by, this was used to be played by Kramnik, but let's see what he has in store. B3, Knight BD7, now we have C4, C6, now Knight F1, A5, Bishop E3, A4, black has more space, H3, AB3, AB3, Rook takes A1, Queen takes A1. This series of exchanges is done to capture the A file, but it really doesn't matter. Queen C7, Rook C1, play against the Queen. Now we have Rook A8, as I said, the A file, Queen B2, Queen A5, the A file is gone, and now we have Knight G3, attack with all your forces on the Queen side. Black is going for the Queen side, White is going for the King side. Now B4, and now we see that Black has complete domination on the Queen side. A file, Knight E1, trying to get in his defenses, Knight C5, Rook D1, Knight F D7, Knight F5, the attackers are coming, CD5, ED5, Bishop C8, now comes BD2, now Knight F6, Knight G3. Now comes a series of moves that should have been played here. What should have been played is G6, and then Knight D3, Knight takes D3, Bishop takes D3, and then H5, gaining some space on the King side. But this was not done. A dubious move was played, Bishop E7, that does not gain the space on the King side. Now Knight D3 captures. Now Bishop D7. Now he goes Bishop F5. Here best move is Bishop F8, allowing the exchange, but that was not done. What was done is Bishop E8, dubious move, but nothing is happening still. Bishop B1, blocking the A2 square and thus gaining some time with the A file. We have BD7. Now comes F4. Here best move is Queen A3, going for a exchange idea, then Queen C2. Without the exchange, White is having some problem here as Bishop A4 comes, a pin on the knight, BA4, Queen takes G3, Bishop takes B4, and here Queen into F4, and Black has a nice position. This was not done. Black played the dubious move, Rook E8, and now Rook F1, and now best move is Queen C5 check, but this was not done. What was done is another dubious move. Black gives a dubious move. Bishop goes to D8. And now we have F into E5. Queen gives check. Here best move is King H1. But accordingly to the game, King H2 is also good if you are a human. But engine's way, it is bad, D5. So we won't go beyond that because there is some check coming up from the black squares. As you can see, King H2 is a black square. That is the main idea the engine has. So let's go forward. Here comes Rook into E5, dubious. Better was D into E5. Now we see why D into E5 is good. Bishop F5, E4, now takes, and Knight F5, Bishop F6, and now you can see the difference between King H2 and King H1. This King H2 is in a black square and it can come under serious attack. So this is not coming, and let's see what happens after Rook into E5, dubious. We go to Bishop F4. Now let's see, Rook E8. Here best move is Queen C2 and BB6, and this keeps the game for the plus of White. Queen D2 loses some of the plus, but doesn't matter. White has played a dubious move. Black gives another one. Okay, H5, and now the pawn is lost. BG5. Now you can see you cannot play g6 because so many attackers on f6. There's a bishop on g5 and a rook on f1, and h5 is going. So you cannot play g6 here. Very bad situation. So best way to give that pawn is h4. And now you see why it was dubious. Now we have captured it. Bishop into h4, queen e3, and now we have exchange of queens. Rook takes e3, rook f3, remove that rook from there, takes, and now we have bishop e7, bishop f5, bishop goes back, and now dubious move bishop f6 was played, but let's see what a better move. Knight e4, improving the position, knight takes d5, and here captures. You can see the discovered attack, knight into e7, and now knight into d6. This would have been better, but this was not played. What was played is bishop takes f6, dubious move. And here comes another move, bishop f6. Now f4, all play against the double bishops. Since you are a pawn up, you have to go for the attack. Here comes g6, knight e4, bishop e7, now bishop c8. Now f5 is played, knight f2. Slowly black's double bishops are coming out, bishop d8, knight d3, bishop a5, king g3, and now we have king g7, king f3, king is going towards the center, king f6, bishop e6. Here king e7 trying to exchange that bishop, but king e2, king f6 trying to repeat the position. Here bishop c8 is dubious move. Best move would have been h4, but that was not done. h4 should have been done long way back, but doesn't matter because both are confused right now, probably short of time also. And so again king e7, dubious move was played. After that bishop c8, king e7, dubious move was played. As you can see, g5 would have allowed the exchange of some pawns and ease out the position. But here bishop a6 and now bf7. Pawn up, white is going for the kill. bb5, improving his bishop. King f6. Now white plays h4. You wanna play g5? Nah, I just block it. And he has blocked g5. Finally, king e7. Now we have king f3. The main idea of this h4 is that these two pawns are on white squares, and our bishop that is on a white square together combined with the knight, there's a possibility of eating these pawns. He is very hungry. And here comes king f6 trying to repeat the position, knight f2, knight is rearranging itself, bb6, knight h3, and now we go to g5, and now threatening to remove that f7. Here comes bishop a6, bishop b6 trying to repeat position, bishop c8 improving the position. Here best is king f6 trying to repeat the position, bishop e8, dubious was played, and now center breaks, h5, gh5, bishop into f5, better position for white, bd4, knight e4, centralizes everything, bf7, bishop h7. Here again better move would have been h4 followed by king g4 so that the bishops get more space, but this was not done. What was done here is just go for the kill, bishop e8, dubious. Now king g3, king improves, bishop f7. Here best move is f5, push that pawn because we need that e6 square. For example, bishop e8, now we have bg6, remove h4 check, king takes h4, bd7, now we have king g5. You can see that e6 is under heavy pressure, but this was not done. What was done is a dubious move, it's king h3, but still we still have a plus, bishop e8, and here goes forward f5 finally, and bishop b2, pg6, standard idea of winning the game, bd7. Now you see our bishop is improving, king h4, we get the h5 pawn anyway, bd4, king into h5. Here comes bishop c8, king g5, threatening to push f6, bishop e3 check. This was the problem that was not there in the last variation, bd4. Now how to improve? Now white finds another way to improve, bishop f6, bg8. Now as you can see, e6 is a very bad square, and now bishop e6 will come. Black finally decided to resign because his position is very bad, he doesn't know what to do. White king will come forward and this pass pawn cannot be stopped, hence he resigned. Good thing I did not.